Hi, folks. Andrew here. Popcorn and whiskey. I am the face who runs the place. That's right. Also got a brand new sign over there. Look at that. It says Paletto and Sons Whiskey. Look at that, huh? Paletto and Sons Whiskey. Got that for Christmas. A couple years ago, I had it hanging someplace else in the house, and I decided to put it over here for now. So, man, oh man, does this seem like this is too bright? The last couple of times, this has been way bright. I don't know if I can make it less bright. There you go. That's maybe a little less bright here. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of a reorganization, if you will. I still haven't got the lights where I want them yet. Um, but it seems like this light is a lot brighter than usual. And I dimmed this light because one of the things I've been watching or I've been looking at is how to make the lighting better. And then I guess got to get a different shirt too. How to make the lighting better because they being the professional lighting people, which I am not, that if you put the main light in front of you off to the side a little bit like this one is, but this one instead of having it also in front of me because I have a two light system right now, they say you should put this light behind you a little bit, like about right here or so. So it makes it more of a 3D effect. But I'm looking at the screen and I think I have a 3D effect going on there, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you guys can tell me if you're watching this on wherever you're watching this. So I appreciate that. There. Okay, so tonight on the show, we're gonna have. Oh my gosh, oh, I forgot to do the intro. Howdy, salute. Here we go. Got the old whiskey going on. Got the old popcorn going on. Yes, for those who don't like it, too bad. I do munch a little bit. I do the weird things. I break a lot of the rules in live streaming. I do. And why? Because I can, because it's my show, and that's why I like to do it. And like I said, tonight we're going to talk about fashion trends or lack thereof. We're going to talk about a sexual harassment lawsuit that's really blown up the airways, which I find hilarious. And what else are I going to talk about? My computer, for one, because it's petering out on me. I'm not liking it so far. Tonight I've been fighting with it. And the other thing is, oh yeah, spring break trends. Man, there is a certain trend out there that I don't get, and I'm hoping that other people can help me out with this one. Also, I want to make sure that, I think I might have just been lost or something here. Okay, something's saying I am not. I hope I'm live. Let me see if I am or not. Let me come over here and check it. As far as I know, I'm live. This has to do with my computer issues tonight, and I'm not happy with them. Everything's going to haywire on me here, and I think I know why. And it's because that's the stuff I want to bring to you in a timely fashion here. Okay. So the stuff I'm wanting to bring to you is bogging down my computer a little bit. Maybe it's time I get a new upgraded system. I think this one is 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 years old now. And I use a service and I'm happy to talk about them because they've helped me out twice. Now I bought 2 computers from them. A place called Blair Technologies. They're based out of Louisville, Kentucky. They refurbish computers. But Andrew, you want to buy a brand new one? Do I? Really? Why? What Blair Technology does, and I don't know all the technical details behind it, so don't quote me on this. They take old computers, take out the guts, and replace it with new stuff. And there you go. So you get a brand new computer. Well, a brand new old computer. It's just like buying a used car. And the thing about it is, once you you do that, they have just as good as a warranty as other folks. I purchased my second one from them, which is when this is my third one. The second one I purchased from them, I got it, I set it up, and I heard a slight humming noise. And it could have been me just hearing something. I called them up and said, hey, I hear a little bit of a humming noise. I don't know if I got this thing not hooked up correctly or what have you. They said, no problem. Let's not deal with it. We will send you the exact same one. We'll overnight it. You'll get it tomorrow if that's okay with you. No charge. Just box that one up and send it back to us. I said, okay. The next day, I got the one I'm currently using now, boxed up the other one, sent it back to them. No charge, no questions asked. And it's been great. I think over the years, after you're using a computer, it goes a little down, right? So it might be time for me to buy a new one. I like everything about it. I know a lot of people who go 4 years and then switch computers and buy a brand new one from Best Buy or wherever it's called, or even Walmart has computers now, which are fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I can buy double the capacity, double the RAM, double everything on a refurbished computer, and they offer the same kind of warranty with the brand new one, why wouldn't I do it? Right? That's why I look at it. It's the same thing as buying a used car, which is something else I could talk about. Instead of buying a 2026 model car, why don't you buy a 2025, 2024, 23, something like that? The same car you like. Yeah, it may not have all the latest technology and the latest bells and whistles, but it has all new servicing done to it. Everything that's replaceable has been replaced or checked out or what have you. Why wouldn't you go that route? It's the same thing with the computer, if you ask me. You can get the same kind of benefits. Like I said, this one cost me half the price, if even that, for twice the stuff, twice the RAMs, speed, blah, 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 blah. So I might just do that again. And like I said, this is the second time I've done. The first time I bought it from them, I didn't know what I was doing. I bought one and it served its purpose. It was great. I have no issues whatsoever. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. It was, they have been Blair Technologies. Yes, I'm giving them a shout out. They have been nothing but stellar for me. I am happy to deal with them again, and I will deal with them again. And probably sooner than later, the way this is going. And I have also a buddy here in town, somebody I graduated with, who has helped me out in the past with computer stuff. I won't get into details about it because it's boring. And then the question will come up: well, what are you going to do with your old computer? I will give it to him, and he parts it out and uses it for stuff because he has helped me out. And to me, it's a win-win for everybody doing it that way. Okay, so that's my computer woes, my computer issues. So that being said, and this is what we call a segue in the business. Why? Because I'm a professional, and professionals like to do segues into different things. Okay, and what a segue basically is a real slick way to get from one subject to the other. But when you're a professional like me, segue, schmegway, whatever. You just bounce around, go from topic to topic. Things like that there. Okay. I have the honor, privilege, what have you. A buddy of mine or a friend of mine, an acquaintance of mine, owns a golf course here in my local facility. And he was looking for people to help him out at the golf course. In the clubhouse, checking in golfers, drinks, concessions, things of that sort. And I said, yeah, I'll help you out. No problem. My shift right now is Friday late shift from like 3 to close. And right now they close at 8 o'clock. Ugh. Horrible shift. I'm glad I'm there. I just wish it was a different shift. Put it that way. What I'm finding out are people like to come at the last second and golf, which is fine. That's what the golf course is there. So people come out and golf. And this is a pet peeve of mine, and not necessarily for this particular golf course. So keep that in mind. But this is what triggered it. I'm telling the story. This is what triggered it. If you know a place closes at X time, let's say 8 o'clock. We'll just use the example as this one at 8 o'clock. I was always brought up to leave before the place closes, right? Not golfers. No, they don't leave when the place closes. They leave when they're done. F everybody else. We don't care what everybody else's schedule is. We don't care about that. We're golfers. We're better than you, and we know it. That's the attitude a lot of golfers have, and I'm not saying all of them. A lot of golfers have. I am not a serious golfer by any stretch of imagination. If I play once a year, I'm doing good. I've been around way too many people on the golf course, and not just because of this job. This job just triggered my belief of all this. And it happened to me when I worked at a restaurant as well. And just as a pet peeve of mine. If a place closes at whatever time, you are a customer, leave at that time or before then. And if you plan on staying afterwards, compensate the person who has to stay late because of you. Right? Because that person only gets paid to stay until a certain time. But if that person has to wait on you, get the F out of there when the place closes. Common courtesy. Come on, folks. I don't know what's so hard about that. But some people don't want to. They think they have the right to be, which they do have. I don't know if they do or not. Honestly, I don't know if they have the right to do that or not. They think they do, morally speaking, or not really morally, but politenessly speaking. You suck. If you do that, shame on you. Finger of shame. I lose a lot of respect for you if that's you. Would you like if somebody comes to your job and makes you stay later than what you're supposed to? No. So why do you think you can do that with others? Especially when you know what time everything's closing. It's a pet peeve of mine. If my buddy's watching right now that owns a golf course and sees this, hey, sorry, that's my attitude. If you don't like it, that's fine. I'm just telling you that's my attitude. And I would ban people like that. I said, don't come back. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. That's how I'd say it. One reason I don't own a golf course. There you go. Again, it's not just golf. It can be anything. A restaurant, especially, is another one. Like I said earlier. Okay, so all right. All that being said, next segue. Let me talk about spring break. I don't get it. Somebody help me out with this one. Spring breakers. If you've gone on spring break, and I mean like going to a beach, going to Florida, the Bahamas, whatever kids in high school and college kids do for spring break nowadays. Two trends I don't get. And this is becoming more and more prevalent in these last several years. What's with all the fights happening? What's with bringing all the guns to spring break? Man, just go there, drink, hook up, have a good time, and leave. It's just that simple. But nope, people want to get the gang violence going on. whatever causes it, whatever triggers it. They think they're big shots doing this kind of stuff. You know what? Nobody cares. You're just making yourself look like an idiot. Somebody's going to get hurt that doesn't need to get hurt, all because you have an ego. Really? If your ego is like that, stick it at home or keep it at home. That's one of the trends. The second trend, and I saw this a lot from people posting this, a lot. I don't get it. When did parents start going on spring break with their kids? When did that trend happen? And why did that trend happen? Now, I bring this up, and I've seen a lot of this these last 2 months. Mothers who are, let's just say, hot. They got bodies like you wouldn't believe. Going to the beach, going with their kid, high school or college kid, to spring break somewhere. Florida, cruises, Bahamas, whatever. Let's try my popcorn. What have you, which is fine. Have no problem with that. But when old mama has a body that really outshines her kid and they're wearing the string bikinis and showing it off everywhere. First of all, I have no problem them showing it off. If they're going to show it off, I'll be in the front row watching. And believe me, a lot of these chicks have it to show off. I truly believe they're doing it because they want to attract the younger guys, or even us older guys. They want to attract the guys. Okay. If not, why are they posting everything? Why are they showing it off? Yeah, they worked hard to get that body. I get it. Absolutely, I get it. And if I had a body I would show off, you better believe it. And I've been quoted as saying this, I'll say it again. If I had the body where I can walk around with my shirt off all day and be happy about it, I would walk around with my shirt off all day and be happy about it. But I don't have that kind of body. Matt, you're there to have fun. That's it. I don't get stirring shit either. Yeah, you're right, Matt. Same thing. Yeah. You're there to have fun. Going back to the gang violence thing. All right. But when you're there with your kid and you're showing off your goods on the beach, which you should, if you have it to show off, go for it. But when did the trend start? When did the trend start that you go to spring break with your kid? And yeah, you're going to pay for it anyway. You're thinking, I'll pay for my kid to go anyway. I might as well go. I get it. I get that part. But you're showing off your kid. I mean, there's one particular, and I'm not going to name any names, and I doubt she's watching at all. She is way too popular to watch my little show, and she probably doesn't even know who I am. I don't exist in her realm whatsoever. But she was showing pictures of her and her daughter. Her daughter's cute. Her daughter's very attractive, no question. But compared to mom, no one's going to give their daughter a second look. Holy moly, mom, you're a freaking knockout. You could be a fashion model or a bikini model. Not an ounce of fat on her, wearing string bikinis. When I say string bikinis, I mean it's basically string with 3 patches. And I'll let you just determine where you think those patches go. And had the arms, the muscles, the shoulders, the abs, the legs, you name it, she had it. Her daughter, as attractive as she was, not so much. Not so much. As if you put like George Clooney next to me. Yeah, I can hold my own. Yeah, me and George, we can hit it. But with George Clooney next to me, do you think anybody's going to give me a second look? Not so much. Not so much. So George, I'll be more than happy to hang out with you, brother, especially if you're paying for it all. I'll be happy to hang out with you. But I'm not going to expect anybody to give me a second look. Not at all. So, hey, JD, my buddy. Don't worry about sharing it, my friend. You got too much going on. I appreciate it, but don't feel like you have to. One of those kind of things. Okay. Appreciate it though. So, but what I have not seen a dad going to spring break with his sons. I've seen all kinds of mothers going on spring break with their daughters. They post pictures all the time. And I'm not singling anybody out, but there was several that I saw. I don't get it. Sure, if you're a mother that went on spring break with their daughter, please hit me up. I'll get you on here. You can be anonymous. You can make up a name. I don't care. I would love to not question you. I'd love to talk to you about it because I don't get it. Why are you doing it? I understand why the daughter's doing it. She wants everything paid for, of course. And from what I see, a lot of these girls, because I do substitute teaching, a lot of these high school girls are fairly insecure, which I'm sure I was at that age too. I get it. But I didn't have to have my mom go with me everywhere. Or my dad. Would I like them to? Dad, yeah. Because dad's, I'm not saying moms weren't cool, but the last thing I want to do is have my mom hang out with me when I'm trying to pick up checks, right? It's just like that. So when the daughter goes out with the mom, if the mom's hotter than the daughter, guess what? Guess who's getting the looks? Especially on a spring break. Because why? Because guys are horn dogs and hound dogs. They don't care. They're going to go after who they think is number one, who's most attractive, and two, if they can't get that, they're going to go after who's they think is the easiest. So there you go. If that first one is shut out, guess what they're doing? They're going after a second one. And chances are, honey, with a mom looks like that, you're in second place. It's just that simple. You're going to be in second place. So again, moms, if you're going to spring break with your daughters, God bless you, but why? Give me a reason why you're doing that. Any other time of the year, no problem. I get it. But why spring break? Andrew, because my daughter's last time doing spring break, I want to do something with her. Daughter wants to go spring break with her buddies, with her friends. She doesn't want to go spring break with mom. The only reason she does is because mom's paying for everything. And the moms that I saw, at least the ones who are posting pictures, and there were several, were not the old frumpy looking moms either. They were the hot, yes, I'll say it, the hot MILFs. It's just that simple. That's what they were. Sorry to be so blunt, but that's what it was. It was the hot MILFs. So there you go. Okay, all that being said, let me get into this fashion trend thing because I'm going to stick with the teenagers. This trend. I do not get it. And I know I'm a far cry from teenagers. Matter of fact, my teenage years are probably farther away than the rest of my life years. Okay, we'll leave it that way. I'm over the hump, so to speak. Okay. What is this trend of wearing sweats everywhere? Like I said, I sub at a high school, which is great. I have a great time doing it. Have fun chatting with the kids, doing different things. Other teachers, it's a blast watching and helping out, trying to help the educate the youth. Okay, but the guys, I'd say 90% of the guys at the high schools level wearing sweats and hoodies, and just there's zero self-pride in themselves. I mean, if you're in high school and you're a boy listening to me right now, just have a little bit of pride in yourself and get dressed up a bit. And by dressed up, I mean wear clean clothes, nice jeans or nice slacks, a nice shirt, put on a little bit of smell good cologne stuff or whatever. You don't have to douse yourself or do anything like that. You're going to stand apart from everybody else. And guess what? You're going to get the chicks rocking at you, buddy. That it is that simple from what I'm seeing here. There is zero pride. There is nobody. Shouldn't say nobody because there's a few, but a majority of the kids have no desire to do anything in terms of dating. Yeah, I get it. It's scary at that point. I get it. But my gosh, when I was a junior, when I was a senior, that's all we were trying to do was, I don't want to say sleep with them because that was the farthest. Well, we all wanted to, but nobody knew what we were doing to begin with, or hook up or pick up or anything of that sort. It was just human nature. Guys went after the girls. It was human nature. Now it's almost like the guys are scared of the girls. It's almost like they don't want to be part of it. Let's see, John, I would join you, but I'm at Kyle Field for the Savannah Bananas versus Texas Tailgaters. Is it Tailgaters, Texas? Okay, John. So then why are you texting me? Why are you messaging me, John? He's at the Savannah Bananas. This is a minor league team, and the Texas Tailgaters. Will you quit being on your phone? Excuse me, John, get off your phone, for crying out loud. It's another pet peeve of mine. If you're going to a sporting event, why in the heck are you on your phone watching somebody? You paid for the sporting event. Watch the gosh darn sporting event, for crying out loud. Yeah, I appreciate you, but you're not going to get a viral moment watching me. You're just not. It's not going to happen. Hey, Bradley. Hope tonight is finding you well. It is finding me well. I'm just sitting here chatting a little bit, doing chit-chatting, and having a good time with it tonight. Okay, now the story everybody's been wanting to hear. The sexual harassment story. Now, you might have heard about this. I'm going to read you this story and then a little bit of follow-up that I know about it. Okay? And then I'm going to show you the pictures of the players involved with it. So bear with me here, okay? So I'm not going to put the story on screen as I'm reading it. I should, but I'm not, and here's why. Last time I did it, last time I put something on air, Facebook dinged me. They didn't like it. And since I'm monetized on Facebook and I'm trying to get my monetization up, I have a couple of dings on my account for stuff I don't know why. They haven't told me. They can't figure it out why. Well, they're not in a position where they can tell me, which sucks. So I got to watch my P's and Q's. So I am just going to read the story as best I can as I'm doing this. Where should I put? I should keep it on this screen here. Okay, I'll put it on this screen here, and I'll move you over to this screen because I'm a broadcast professional, and I have dual. John, yeah, John, I'm on air, John. I'm not going to look at your pictures of your game. Yeah, I get it. John has my pictures of the game. Okay, all right. So this story is from NDTV World. I found this on several places, New York Post being one of them. But for whatever reason, the New York Post could not. Now who's contacting me? Hold on a second, folks. Got to make sure this isn't something I really need at this point. I'm not going to tell you why, but there are certain things happening in my life right now that I need to be up on it. Okay. There you go. Okay. And oh yeah. So the New York Post and other credible sources have this on their site. And I wanted to read it verbatim, but I couldn't because when I tried to pull up their site, it would crash my computer. And it wasn't because it's a bad site. It's because all the different pop-up ads. And I think I have that problem solved, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, so the headline reads on this particular one, JP Morgan executive Laura Hajdini, sexually abused brown boy Indian, threatened his career, report. Okay, excuse me. Okay. This Laura Hajdini is alleged to have sexually abused and harassed a junior colleague, according to the lawsuit filed. I'm just going to read the story. Okay. Laura Hajdini, an executive director of J.P. Morgan Leverage Finance Division, has been accused of sexual abuse, racial harassment, and professional coercion by a junior male colleague identified as John Doe. According to the lawsuit on filed on Monday, April 27th, in New York County Supreme Court, referring to the married banker as Brown Boy Indian Hajdini, as the female's name, is believed to have drugged him and even threatened his career when he refused the non-consensual and humiliating sex acts. However, Hajdini has denied allegations, saying she has never engaged in any inappropriate conduct with John Doe. In a statement issued with the New York Post via her lawyer, she has never engaged in any appropriate conduct with this guy. In the lawsuit, the victim allegedly stated that the abuse began in the spring of 2024 after the two started working together. In one of the instances, as per Daily Mail report, Hajdini dropped her pen on the floor next to Doe's desk. When bending to pick the object, she rubbed the victim's leg and squeezed his calf before remarking, "Oh, did you play basketball in college? I love basketball players. They get me so wet." Yeah, that was in the report. The advances reportedly grew more explicit from here as Hajdini invited Doe for drinks and upon refusal, allegedly issued a threat, "If you don't F me soon, I'm going to ruin you. Never forget, I effing own you," she says. According to the report, the lawsuit further stated that in September 2024, Hajdini threatened Joe if he did not have sex with her and also berated his professional performance. "I effing own you. I will make you pay. Do you think you're going to be in a good standing if you do not have me in your corner? You really think management wants some brown boy Indian leading organizations? If you don't F my brains out tonight, I'm going to sabotage your promotion." Why couldn't I ever have a colleague like this? What the heck? Despite being reluctant, Doe claimed he submitted to the encouragement, fearing retaliation from her. Oh, poor guy. However, his initial protests were allegedly overheard by a witness who was staying in the adjacent room, according to the lawsuit. According to the report, Hajdini later admitted to drugging Doe with, I can't pronounce the name, but commonly known as roofies, or the date rape drug, as well as an erection-enabling pharmaceutical substance to ensure he could perform during the coerced sexual encounters. I'm available. Just letting you know, I'm available. Stop effing crying. During one of the encounters, the lawsuit, Hajdini showed up at the victim's apartment and made sexual advances. She removed her shirt, began fondling her breasts, and racially insulting Doe's wife, stating, "I bet your little Asian fish head wife doesn't have these cannons." I bet your little Asian fish head wife doesn't have these cannons. She allegedly forcibly removed Doe's pants and performed oral sex on him against his will. Excuse me. The victim began to cry, but Hajdini scolded him for failing to achieve an erection. Stop effing crying. You think anybody would ever believe you? You're an effing douchebag who thinks he's hot shit, but you can't even get your blank hard for me. What the F is this? She allegedly said. Okay, here. Seeking damages. In May 2025, Joe filed a written complaint to J.P. Morgan detailing the race, gender-based discrimination and harassment, and a pattern of severe sexual abuse against him. The bank, however, denied his claims, stating that an investigation found no evidence to support the allegations. Following an investigation, we don't believe there's any merit to these claims, a JP spokesman told the outlet. While numerous employees cooperated with the investigation, the complainant refused to participate in the decline and has declined to provide facts that would be central to support his allegations. Doe's attorney said his client had been left devastated personally and professionally by the treatment he was allegedly subjected to. While Hajini is still employed at the company, Doe has been unable to find another job. The attorney said his client is seeking damages for lost earnings, emotional distress, and reputational harm, as well as punitive damages and changes to the bank's practices. Okay, who is this person? This Laura Hargini. According to her LinkedIn profile, she holds a Bachelor of Science in Finance and Statistics from New York University Stern School of Business. A JP Morgan veteran of nearly 15 years, the 37-year-old currently serves as executive director for Leverage Financial Division. Okay, and it doesn't say talk anything about him. Here's okay. All right, here. Let me do this. Now I'm going to show you a picture of the two. Maybe if it pops up on my screen, because again, nothing is working right computer wise for me. Okay, nothing is working right. When you see these two, now remember, she supposedly, supposedly, whatever. Okay, dropped her pencil and felt his kayak and said she likes basketball players. They make her so wet, and she told him that she wants him to F her right now. And she forced herself into his apartment and forced herself down on him to have oral sex. Again, lady, I'm available. If that's what you need, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Let's forget everything else. Let me be the one to help you. Let me help you. Okay? That being said, okay, let me help you. That being said, let me show you, maybe if this comes up, what these two folks look like. Okay, I guess I can't because nothing is responding Okay, here we go. Who is this person? Okay, here we go. Let me drop this. It figures as soon as I do that, this happens. Close. I don't know if you can see this or not here. Here we go. There you go. That's the two in question. So she is the one who is going after him supposedly, and he is the one. So she's the one going after him. He is the one who is filing the lawsuit, saying that he did not want to have sexual encounters with her, and she was coming on to him. Now, let me ask you, how believable is this? Okay, how believable is this? I can't say it's that believable. Nothing against the guy, but really? Okay. That's all I got to say. I'm going to stop sharing this and get this off my screen because it's bogging down my computer for whatever reason. So, yeah. So the follow up from what I was reading earlier is this is a false story. I believe it after I saw the picture. Dude, really? I don't know if a guy alive that would, I don't want to say go forward with everything that the sexual advancements. Maybe they didn't. Okay, that's fine. But to file that sexual harassment and to say those things, I'd be so embarrassed. I wouldn't want the world to know that hot chick was going down on me and I couldn't get it up. I would not want the world to know that at all. There's no way. So that's why there was something going on that just didn't seem right to me. And then when I saw the guy's picture, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Hey, no offense. I'm sure there's countless people, probably majority of the people out there that says he's better looking than I am. Okay, whatever. But again, let the record show that if that lady is in such desperate need to be fulfilled in that kind of mannerisms, I'll be more than happy to help her accommodate. Be more than happy to accommodate her. Yes, I will succumb to the potential embarrassment of being in a position where I have to have sex with you. Sorry, I'll take one for the team on this one. It's just that simple. What are you talking about, Matt? I'll eat that crab lagoon. What? If on meth. What? Matt, dude, you gotta be clarify what you're talking about. I have no idea. Matt also says, I used to wear my dad's clothes in high school to be more particular dress clothes. Of course, the guys are going to make fun of you, but the girls do like it. Of course they do. If the guys are going to make fun of you, so what? You at that point you're saying, make fun of me all you want, but guess who's going home with the chick? Guess who's doing the chicks? Guess what's going on with the chicks? It's me. So make fun of me all you want. So Matt, help me out here, buddy. We're talking about who's on meth. Why are they on meth? What's going on? You have to understand, Matt, that when you make comments, and I do appreciate your comments, but there's like a 15-second lag between what I talk about and what you hear on Facebook. On Twitch, it's about a 3 or 4 second lag. On YouTube, it's probably about a 6 or 7 second lag. So Facebook has the longest lag. So you can't be talking inside baseball type stuff. And because if I've moved on or if I'm ahead of you, I have to be able to at least respond to it in a way where people understand what's going on. That makes sense? So when you just say, if on meth, I don't know what you mean by that. What is if on meth? So keep that in mind. Okay. So Bradley, my friend, I was listening to your show last night. Bradley has a wrestling podcast, Headlocks. I always forget this. Headlocks, something in heels and headbangers. I don't know, something about wrestling. But okay. All right, Brad, just for you, I'm going to come on here and I'll look for it here. Let me see. Headlocks, Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc. Wrestling Unscripted. Hey, I have two of them. Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, Wrestling Unscripted. There you go, my friend. That's my plug for you. Okay. Headlocks, Heels, and Unscripted. My buddy JD's on here as well. If you watch my show, you know he's been on here several times. JD runs Mayhem Media Productions, Mayhem Production Media, whichever it is. And he has the Boiling Point podcast where he talks about local politics and religion. And he knocks it out of the park on that one, my friends. If you're in the Philadelphia area, you do definitely want to listen and watch the Boiling Point podcast. Mayhem Media is all about entertainment, movies, wrestling, stuff of that sort. Matt, no, I was making them. They're making them behind. What? Matt, dude. I love you, Matt, but what? Matt, no, I was making them. They're making them behind. Okay. The comment a little bit ago. Okay. Matt. Dude, when you type it, you got to be a little more specific or a little less encryptive. Is that the right word? Yeah, I got to be able to understand what you're talking about, dude. The Boiling Point podcast. Yes, JD, my buddy. JD, here to help you get some more viewers. Hey, JD, you want to come on, my friend? You want to talk about a few things? Are you wanting to come on? I'll send you the link. We can do a show a little bit. And come on, it's been a few weeks since we've been together. We can chit chat about a few things. Let's see if we can keep our viewers tonight. And no, we will not talk about wrestling. So I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. Let me get the invite guest, because I'm in the mood to talk a little bit. And all right, JD, let me see here. Let's see where you at. All right, dude, I'll send you the link. If you want to come on with me, and we will go from there. And if you don't, that's fine. Hi, Carrie Ann. Hey, first time here, at least a first time comment. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it, Carrie Ann. Hey, I also I haven't forgotten. You're going to come for a ride with me on one of my drive-bys, or several of my drive-bys. We'll go for we'll make it a. I don't want to call it a date, because it's not technically a date, but we'll just have fun riding in the car. Okay, one of those kind of things. And here's what I'll do. Even I don't know if you drink coffee, but I will take you out for coffee. Afterwards, we'll just sit down and have a good old time and doing our thing. Okay. Matt, the comments were off during the live stream. Okay, this guy says best. I don't know. He's from Twitch. Thanks for watching on Twitch, by the way. Destructive trophy. Okay, where you at, JD? The bad guy gonna come on with me here. JD, what's happening, my buddy? What's happening, my good friend?
Hey yo.
How
you doing?
Good. Now, JD's not on camera. He's getting his studio all set up, and I'm gonna assume, just by him not being on camera, he's had a hard day, or he just doesn't have a studio set up the way he wants to. So that's why it's not, which is fine. You don't have to be on camera.
I don't have I mean, honestly, usually when I come on without my camera being on, it's because I'm not wearing a shirt. It's late especially late at night. So I'm usually around the house without a shirt on. So I usually don't come on camera without a shirt on.
Showing off the guns, are you? Is that it?
I have for someone in a wheelchair, man, I have a decent physique.
Yes, you do.
I am not ashamed of my physique.
Yes, you do. Hey, did you hear the story about my sexual harassment story I was saying?
Yes, I was listening to a part of that. I was having an internet problem through some of it, so I was having some lag. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff, dude. Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't even know how to take that, dude.
Well, I'll tell you. And if you're anything like me, I volunteered myself for a lady. If she's that in a position where she needs somebody to help her out sexually, I'm here to help her. I'll take one for the team. So that's what I said.
I can understand that.
And I also said, I don't know if you heard me earlier, I was talking about mothers going on spring breaks with their daughters. Did you hear that thing I was talking about?
No, I heard you were saying something about that, but then I didn't hear the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, because I saw several pictures of, and because of what I do online, the fitness stuff, I'm on several different fitness boards or different fitness pages, over 40, over 50, things of that sort, bodybuilding and things of that sort. So I have more, and this is not a bragging thing. So don't think it is. I have more pop-ups of attractive ladies with goddess bodies coming up on my page than most other folks, just because that's what I do, and the crowd I hang out in. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form in a position where I'm going to take off my shirt to show off anybody, but because of that, I see a lot of mothers who are in fantastic shape going to spring break with their daughters. This year especially, I don't know how many I was watching or seeing that I got pictures of mothers going on the spring break with their daughters, and the mothers were by far showing off bettering their daughters in a bikini.
Yeah.
And when I say by far, I mean there was no comparison. If you were a guy looking to hook up for a night, you're going after the mom first.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're 17 or 77, you're going after the mom first.
All right.
It's just that simple. And I said, I'm not in a position to show off my body on stage anywhere or on the beach anywhere. But if I was, I'd be going without a shirt all day long.
Yeah. I don't mind, like, I'm around my house and stuff. For me, it's convenience. Without my shirt on, it makes it easier for me to hold things and grab things, and it's more of a useful. It's more useful to me to be without a shirt on when I'm here at home, when I'm just if I'm not going out or if I'm not doing something.
Yeah.
But not that I'm ashamed. I don't know. Just seems weird for somebody to be shirtless on a podcast. I guess that seems.
I agree 1,000%. Absolutely. You don't see that very often. Unless a podcast is specific for that, which
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
honestly, then we have to distinguish, because I can be shirtless on my podcast all day long. I can be naked on my podcast. I'm not, but I could be. But on my live stream, not so much.
Yeah.
If I want to keep viewers, I'm definitely not going to be naked on my live stream.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm filming, if someone's filming a video when I'm with my nephews and I'm outside and I'm shirtless, or if I take someone gets a picture of me or something and I'm shirtless, I'm not worried about that. But I'm not going to be like on my podcast and talking about the war in Iran, or even the WrestleMania results while I'm on the screen shirtless. It just seems a little bit weird to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I had an upper body or even a body that looked like Seth Rollins, and I know we'll get off of wrestling in a second. If I looked like Seth Rollins, I would never wear a shirt. I'd be walking around everywhere without a shirt. Or Drew McIntyre.
I can understand that. Yeah, I guess. I mean, no, I probably still wouldn't. But I get what you're saying, though.
That's what I was in one of my classes once, and we're talking about money-making opportunities a couple of years ago, because I used to teach a class to help people find jobs and start businesses and things of that sort. And one of the discussions we got on one day was about OnlyFans. And I said, OnlyFans is, and I didn't bring it up. One of the kids did ask me about OnlyFans. So I said, let's talk about it since we're here. OnlyFans, probably about 95% of OnlyFans is adult content. We'll just leave it at that. But the other 5% isn't. And then we start talking about, there are people on OnlyFans, especially the ladies. There are some guys as well, especially the ladies, who are making $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year by showing off their goods. And I said, if I had the goods to show off, I would do it. But no one's going to pay me $10 million a year to show off my goods. If they did, I would be taking off my shirt right now. I don't care how I look. If they're going to pay me $10 million to show off my goods, you would never see me wearing a shirt. I said, it's just that simple. My pride is out the window at that point. At my age, give me 10 million and I will go shirtless all day long.
Yeah, I mean, shirtless is one thing, but I don't think, even if I was capable of doing an OnlyFans, I don't think that I would.
For me, younger me, probably not. Older me, why not? Again,
I can understand that. I mean, if you're talking about like a one-time thing or something, maybe. But if it's like, not like, I'm not setting up, like, I would never set up my own OnlyFans, at least not for adult content.
Hey, I got hacked the other day. Somebody hacked into my OnlyFans account. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But the problem is, I don't have an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
But somebody hacked into it, so I said I better go get one so I can hack into it. I don't want to make him a liar.
That sounds like someone trying to get your information for something else.
Well, of course.
Hack something else. That's what that was, I think.
Of course it was. Yeah. Wait a second. Headlocks, heels, and havoc. You don't do your lives naked from the bottom down like I do, Andrew. No, I feel like I was doing too much.
J-Mac. Yeah, who knows about him, man? You never know.
You know him as J-Mac. I know him as Bradley. So
yeah. He goes by J-Mac on the podcast, Headlock, Seals, and Havoc. Give them a shout out.
Headlock, Seals, and Havoc. We had a good time when you guys invited me on last weekend for WrestleMania weekend. That was fun. I had a good time with you guys.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
So now we're not going to get into wrestling because the last time we did this, we lost all viewers. So we're not going to get into wrestling.
Yeah, yeah,
But if
yeah.
you want your wrestling stuff, Mayhem Media is the place to go, and Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc is the place to go.
Yeah.
Right. Me occasionally, but those two are the main sources to go to. And when I'm on there, I will let you know. Enough wrestling.
Yeah.
Enough wrestling.
The draft just happened on Pro Football.
It did? Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, you're not a Pro Football fan either. See,
no,
right,
no.
We're gonna have to. All right, we got to switch off that topic.
Okay. No, let me. Okay, wait a second here. Let me take a drink on this one because I got some questions for you.
Oh, okay. I mean, football is my thing. That's. I mean, other than the Olympics, I probably know the football better than anything else.
Okay, so. And I don't know because I didn't watch it. I just heard the stories. I listened to a couple of shows. I listened to radio shows, and it was talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers were supposed to draft some wide receiver type person, but before they did, they said the Philadelphia Eagles drafted that person beforehand. I don't know who they're talking about, but apparently this person was on the phone with the Steelers when he was being drafted by somebody else on TV, so he hung up with the Steelers to hear his name. Did you know anything about this, or maybe I'm explaining it completely wrong there? Do you know anything about that? First,
that sounds. I don't know the story specifically that you are talking about, but I don't see why that would. I don't see why that doesn't. Why we don't see that more often. To be quite honest with you, so I could see that totally being a thing. Like I said, I mean, I'm honestly surprised we don't see that more often because, if you're looking for somebody and another team is looking for that position or looking at that person, if they trade up or move up in the draft, why wouldn't they try and grab somebody they want? So I'm honestly surprised it doesn't happen more frequently than it does. But it doesn't surprise me at all that happened. So
were you one of these guys who were glued to the television the first night of the draft?
No. I just put it on a little bit in the background. I was busy. I like to watch the draft, at least the first night of it. I like to get the first couple rounds, the first 2 or 3 rounds that they do on the first night. Because those are usually where the major picks are. But this year, no, I didn't get to do anything or even cover it for Mayhem Media. Usually we kind of do a draft episode, but I didn't even get a chance.
Does the first night of the draft have more than one round?
Yeah, I believe it has at least 2.
Okay, I thought it was just one round.
Maybe
for the first
3.
Night.
No, there's 7 rounds of the draft. So
I thought the first night was just one. Though.
Yeah, to get through the whole weekend, they would have to do multiple rounds a night. If they want to do it like on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they have to do multiple rounds a night.
Now, I remember a long time ago, and I don't know if they still do this or not, but as soon as they say, okay, the draft starts now, and they put the countdown timer, and you see the first team who's picking, you see them picking up the phone. Wouldn't they do that already? Wouldn't they already have that locked in?
Yes, probably and likely everybody knows who they're getting on the very first pick. There's not, well, I'm sure it happens sometimes. And actually, I know it's happened sometimes where it actually takes upwards of 3 or 4 minutes to get the first pick in for whatever the reason is, likely because they're considering a trade. Usually with that first pick, you likely know who you're going with, and the whole organization knows who you're going with. If the fans know who you're going with, the media knows who you're going with, your grandmother knows who you're going with.
Okay.
So that's usually how it is. But even if that's the case, as just like they have to say the draft is officially underway, at that point is when the call can be made to the representatives at the table to make the pick. The people at the table are just the representatives of the general managers and owners.
Don't they already know? They already know.
But again, it's about procedure. It's about procedure. What happens if that person does not get on the phone, goes up there and hands them the pick, and then the owner or the general manager is like, "No, wait." So it has to be that final confirmation after the draft begins.
Okay. I could never understand that part. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just to prevent the owners or general managers, or for there to be anybody to be able to claim that there is a communication issue.
Now
it's preventative in nature.
You're an Eagles fan, right?
Yes, I am an Eagles fan. Yeah.
Are you
But I
happy
love
with?
football.
Are you happy with who they drafted?
I am. I like who they drafted.
Okay.
Especially the first pick. I'm sorry, I was bringing up my list of the people so that I could say their names and not just
Oh,
try
don't worry
and
about their
goof it.
names.
But yeah, especially their first round pick. They got a wide receiver, and they need to get some more good wide receivers. Another tight end in round 2, some offensive linemen, which they're going to need to start bringing up. Overall, they did some good stuff. They did some stuff, and they also got some good people in the offseason. They resecured some of their big stars too, so they're setting up for the next 4 to 5 years to stay contenders for the Super Bowl.
Okay, so who had the first pick?
That's a great question. I'm not sure who
I know
actually
they picked a dude from Indiana. What was the name? Martinez? No. What was the name? Munez? No. Hernandez. I forget the quarterback from Indiana University, which I have a real issue with how Indiana won the title this year. I don't like that. What?
In college, you're saying?
Yes, in college. Yes. I don't like how college football is going, where somebody can go to a different team every year now. I don't like that because the team pays them more money. That's going to be the downfall of college football, and it's already making its.
You're talking about monetization, letting them get paid and stuff.
That and the fact that
they can get traded or transfer much easier now.
I do not like that at all.
The first pick was by the Raiders, and they got that Fernando Mendoza quarterback. University. And in terms of college players getting paid, I think if you don't want them to get paid, that's a fine position to take. Stop selling their jerseys.
All right, let me want to set the record clear. I don't mind the college players getting paid. What I don't like is college players being treated like professional players and say, okay, you come to my university, I will pay you $5 million. And then, but JD, you can come along and say, no, you come to my university, I'll pay you $6 million. No, once you make a commitment, you go there and you stay for 4 years.
I think this is going to expose something within the college system. The fact that universities are going to start paying these college kids this much to play football.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's going to expose something. I think a lot of universities are about to face some backlash. Like, why are you paying the student $5 million to play football? Why? That is not an educational purpose. So I think it's likely to expose some issues within the college system within the next couple of years. It might take a few years for people to actually notice it, but I think it'll happen soon. And I don't think they should be paid millions of dollars. I would be much more comfortable with what I said. You're on the team, you're getting paid through the scholarship. That's your pay. I do think players should get a percentage of profits from merchandise that they sell, especially something with their name. And I don't care colleges who don't like here in Penn State, the Penn State Nittany Lions don't put their names on the back of their jerseys. You can't get around it doing that either. If you're selling their number, if you're selling a jersey with their number on it, if you're selling a jersey with their name on it, they should get a percentage of the profits. That's
that I agree with. I agree with that part. Yeah, you should get a percentage of the profits. It's like merch sales in the
colleges,
WWE, right? Merch sales.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's why they're paying these kids $4 and $5 million. If that's actually what they're paying, that much they're paying them. They're not paying them more than they're making in terms of merchandising and marketing. They're getting paid. They're making more than that $4 or $5 million from that player being on their team. Okay, colleges are a business, not an educational.
Oh, absolutely.
System. So they're not paying these students and losing money. They're paying these kids and getting money, and they're likely getting it in merchandising and marketing, and that they should, the players at the very least should be getting a large portion of that. If you're going to do it, then they should be getting a large portion of the profits.
Here's what's going to happen in the next several years. This is my prediction. I have zero basis on knowledge with this other than in my head. If a college kid is going to get paid $4 or $5 million for a couple of years to play in the college level, I know at my age, I know that if I had $5 million when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, 21, 22 years old, college level, knowing what I know now, I could have banked it and lived a very comfortable life and not have to lift a finger doing anything else. Absolutely, I could have. So what's going to happen is more and more of these kids are going to say, you know what? Yeah, I can make more if I go to the NFL. But do I really want to put my body at risk to do that when I can live very comfortably with 5 million in the bank right now? And I say, you know what? And this is what I think that I'm in Indiana, so I don't want to follow them, but I hear a lot of news on the Indianapolis Colts. Several years ago, Andrew Luck, when he just retired out of the blue.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a concussion or two, but he retired out of the blue. At that point, he's thinking, you know what? I got plenty of money backed up. I don't need to keep doing this. I'm out. Goodbye.
Yeah.
He was a smart one.
There's actually a running back for the Vikings. I want to say it was in the late 90s or maybe even in the early to mid 2000s. And I want to say his name was Robert Smith. I'll have to look that up and see if that was his name. He was a running back. Mm-hmm. He had only been a running back for maybe like 5 or 6, maybe 7 years. He was in his prime. He was with the when the Vikings were really rocking with Randy Moss and Chris Carter and stuff. It was during that time. He was a running back with them during that time when they were really dominating. Yep. And he just retired. We finished his contract and then he retired. And he was in the prime of his career. And people were like, why are you retiring? Why are you retiring? He said, well, because I have enough money and now I can enjoy life and don't have to sacrifice more of my body.
Especially if I got a family. You know what?
Yeah.
You got I guess a good family that's going to say, hey, listen, dude, you got 5 million in the bank, you got 10 million in the bank. You don't need to keep doing it. You have this family, enjoy your family. Now, I'm not saying that playing is bad. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that if you're in a position where you might get your brains bashed in, like every NFL player is in a position to do, you may want to sit back and think, is it really worth it? Is the extra $10 million I'll be getting the next several years worth it to me? And that's an individual choice. That is really an individual choice. Living where I am now, and if I had 5 million in the bank, I could live like a king, right? In the area I live right now. Can everybody say that? No. I mean, you go to New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, stuff like that, you might not be able to. Philadelphia, you might not be able to. Where I live, 5 million in the bank, dude, you can take out 10 grand a month and you're never going to run out in your lifetime.
Yeah.
You never will. And you can live like a king around where I live. And it's great.
Yeah.
But it depends on what you want too.
Yeah. If I had 10 million in the bank or 5 million in the bank, I would secure enough of it to make sure that I was financially stable for the rest of my life, invest it or put it into something. Mm-hmm. And then I would take, and then I'd probably use a good portion of it to honestly invest in my podcast and kick it off. See, I'm unlike most people who would hit the lottery or get big money and then they retire. I hit big money and I'm going to work.
Yeah, we talked about this on the one of the podcasts the other night I was on. Which one was it? The Headlocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
we were talking about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
No, if I hit the lottery, I might come on every so often, but other than that, no.
I mean, I can't say I would invest money in it and then spend the next few years trying to actually make it a legitimate business. But it would, at that point, it would probably be a time limit on it. Like if I can't make this self-sustainable, but after this many years, then maybe I consider, okay, now I'm done and I will just enjoy life.
Right.
So it's not something I would just keep investing in until it worked. It would be, if I had big money, it would probably be a clock. It'd probably be like, okay, I'm going to try for 5 years. Let's see what I can make out of it in 5 years and then decide from there.
I got a cat outside here. Oh my Christ. What the heck?
Well, you sat forward like that, dude. I thought something was happening at your place. I was like, dude,
there's a cat outside my windows. What's the cat doing here?
I'm like, dude, somebody messaged you? What happened? Or is someone coming through your window in your studio?
I live out in the boonies, man. I'm telling you. I have lights on my back porch and it lit up. I'm like, what is going on? All of a sudden I see this cat looking in my window.
Well, that would
like,
make me sit up with that kind of look on my face too, man. I'd be reaching
yeah.
for 45.
I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, holy crap. I don't have my gun in here. Yes, folks, I have a gun. So I have several
shotguns. Say, man, I hope you got that 45 right underneath your station there. It's got its own holster. You just reach right under the desk and pull that out.
If somebody was going to come out to where I live to rob me, you know what? No. First of all, they wouldn't get very far. There's just too many people out here with shotguns and everything else. I don't have it. And I'll be honest, I do not have a 45, but I do have several shotguns around the house.
Yeah.
They're not going to get very far.
Yeah. As soon as I can figure out how to shoot a sidearm, I'll get myself one.
I thought, didn't you and I talk about that before, that you have shot firearms?
I have shot shotguns, long guns. I've shot shotguns and rifles.
Okay. But you never shot a pistol?
No, I haven't figured out a way to do that yet without shooting myself in the leg. Not that I've ever shot myself in the leg, but I don't know how to. I can't hold the gun at an angle and squeeze the trigger and the risk of shooting myself in the leg not be paramount.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, at least you're being safe about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The first time I tried to hold a pistol, I was like, okay, I like this. I'm never going to be able to shoot one, not until I figure out how. But, I've reloaded some. Like I load magazines, and I've loaded magazines into guns. And I've also loaded revolvers with, individual bullets and stuff like that. So I've handled sidearms, but I've never actually fired one because I can't fire one safely.
Okay. I bet if you go to some gun shop or some trainer dude somewhere, I bet they can help you out and figure it out pretty well for you. I bet they could.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it, but I don't know. Or even a police department somewhere, I bet they could help you out.
Yeah, that's likely what I'm going to do. Of course, I need the money. Like that's the other thing. You need the money so that you can buy the gun, and then you need to be able to buy things so that you can have it equipped or adapted however I need. So until I have that part done.
J Mac says, my daddy was a pistol. I'm a son of a gun. Yeah, you're funny.
J Mac. Yeah. Oh man. He's filled with those knee slappers.
I'm telling you what. Yeah. So there's something else I was going to ask you about the draft. I know we're going back and forth there. And what the heck was it? I don't remember. I guess it wasn't that important.
I know a lot about football, so feel free to ask me questions.
Yes, you do. I don't. I can talk about NASCAR, but
that just got going. I mean, that just got going in February. I'd like to do some NASCAR coverage on Mayhem Media, but I can't take it on, alone. Like that's not something I can take on myself. And my buddy Mizpah, who I do this with, he just had a baby not too long ago. She's only like 2 or 2.5 or something like that at this point. Okay. So he doesn't have the time to be covering NASCAR the way he'd like to, because he's the one that wants to do it. He's the one that keeps telling me, oh, we got to do NASCAR. We got to do NASCAR. I'm like, yeah, man, as soon as you get some time, you let me know. We'll set it up.
Well, yeah. I mean, does he want to do like live play-by-play with NASCAR, live stream?
No, I don't think he wants to do watch-alongs. I think he just wants to do like maybe, I don't even know if he wants to do weekly episodes. I think he just wants to kind of be able to do like a couple episodes throughout the whole season to talk about, the races, the points, wins and losses. That
yeah. I'd be down with that if you need somebody else to come on there.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to expand. That's what I'm trying to do right now, is expand beyond, as you say. I don't want to get back into wrestling. We don't want to get back into wrestling, but that's what I'm trying to do with Mayhem Media, is get beyond wrestling. We kind of got a little hung up in it, a little too much, more than I wanted to. And so now that's what we're trying to do, get out of wrestling just a little bit and expand beyond it. Back to football. We're doing a lot of football coverage this upcoming football season. We'll be doing a lot of that.
And J Mac, I'm as funny as a screen door on a submarine. Hey, J Mac, change your heading there. Headlocks, heels, and havoc. Put a space between heels and the word and. The word heels and the word and. Put a space in between that, please. There's no space there, and it just looks weird. Okay.
It is true. There is no space.
And wrestling unscripted. Put a space between that as well.
I'm wondering if he can. I wonder if they wouldn't let him do that with the space or the amount of room he had.
Well, I'm telling you, yeah. It says it wouldn't let me. It says
that. See?
Well, then change the word and put the ampersand in there.
I don't know if you can have that in your thing.
Well, he has a dash in there.
Yeah, but dashes aren't ampersands. Ampersands do something in the
Oh, put just
the typing
headlocks dash
letterpress.
heels dash havoc. There you go. Wrestling unscripted. There you go. You don't have to
You
have the
hear?
word "and" in there.
You listen to JMac? You listening?
Yeah, J Mac. There you go. What did you tell him the same thing?
No, I don't. I'm just messing with him. He's not
Okay,
here. He's not here to defend himself. So this is the best time to get a shot in at him.
absolutely. And Matt Nolan. Matt was messaging earlier, but he was behind a little bit, and I couldn't figure out what the heck he
I
was
saw
trying to
that.
say. But it says, "What do you feel about the new Mummy movie? The Mummy movie in theaters now." I didn't know anything about it.
I think it's going to be a box office killer. I think people will get out and go see that movie because they're bringing back the original cast from the original Mummy movies. They're bringing back Brendan Fraser, John Hannah, and I
Wasn't The
really can't
Rock in
remember
that
what
one?
her name is. What?
Wasn't The Rock in that one?
No, he was in the Scorpion King. That was he was in the Mummy 3, and then he did the spin-off the Scorpion King because he played the Scorpion King in the Mummy 3 or 2. But it was just a small little part, and then they made the spin-off specifically so he could star in it. It's crap, honestly.
Which one? The new one?
The Rock. The one with The Rock. Not the Mummy movie. The Scorpion King with The Rock was crap. The Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser, John Hannah, and the girl are good. And they even have the dude. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've seen the Mummy movies, but they got the other guy returning too. It's like a full original OG Mummy cast returning for this new movie. And I think people will get out and see it because they ruined the last 2 or so. And people.
I don't think so. I haven't even heard of it yet. I haven't seen any advertisements or anything for it.
I don't know that they're that far along yet. It's just been confirmed and stuff that it's been. I'm not even sure if it has a release date, actually.
Oh, so it's not out yet. Because Matt says it's out. He says,
is it out? Okay, I mean, it's possible. Maybe it is out.
Let me see here.
April 17th, I guess it did. So I'm not sure how it did. You know what? Let me look it up and see how it did.
Yeah. No, why don't you do that? Why is you looking it up? I'm telling you, my drink of choice tonight is something soaked in oak barrels for a while, or oak spirals, I should say. This was not in oak barrels. It was in oak spirals. It was about 80 proof or so. And I'm very much enjoying it tonight. Headlocks. J-Mac.
Oh, go ahead.
J-Mac. Mummy 2027 Brendan Fraser version. Yeah. J-Mac. Follow along, buddy. You're behind. We just said that. Catch up, buddy. Hey, mustard and mayo. Get the ketchup. JD's like, what the heck is he saying? Now, what have I got myself into tonight? What the heck?
I'm wondering if
he says this is the 4th movie.
That the Brendan Fraser movie is it supposed to be? No, that's the. Oh no, you're right. I guess no. All right, so here we go. Sorry about that. There's a new Mummy movie that did release this year. It is not the one with Brendan Fraser. That is not the one that he's returning for. The one that he's returning for is set to release May 19th, 2028. And it is a direct continuation from the 1990 franchise, the last time they were actually in the franchise, which is probably why this one, because I have the numbers up, is not bad, but I don't think that's what they were looking for. The Mummy movie that just came out this year earned about 72 million worldwide, roughly.
This year?
Yeah, the one that was released this year. It made $72 million, but that's
the
not
one that was released 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, April 19th. Yeah,
2 weeks ago. Okay, J-Mac is saying Mummy 2027 Brendan Fraser version, the 4th movie. It's not out.
Yes,
2 different movies.
Yes, the movie that we were just talking about, the one that was just released, is not the Brendan Fraser movie. Yeah. And actually, he's wrong. It's not coming out in 2027. It's coming out in 2028.
Yeah, so there, J-Mac, you're wrong. Yeah. So
May 19th, 2028 looks like is the current release date.
Okay. Speaking of movies, while we're on the subject of movies, why not? So is the what's it called? The the Marvel movies thing, the superhero movie thingy.
Yeah,
Isn't it
Marvel.
coming out in December? The new one with the
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Is that what it's called? Doomsday?
Yeah. Yep.
When's it scheduled?
That's coming out in December of this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And isn't Iron Man the bad guy now?
Yes, he is. And I'd also like to point out to J-Mac, I'm glad he's tuning in. J-Mac said something to me about how Iron Man being a variant of Doomsday is actually comic book canon. It is actually it sort of is. It was its own run, but it wasn't actually like in the main MCU. It was just a single run. It was kind of like a what if thing more than it was actually canon. So it's actually doesn't stem from the movies. So that goes to the argument that we had, or not argument, but the discussion we had last night about how they did do some last minute stuff because of the guy who's going to play Kang the Conqueror. He got fired from Marvel for some domestic problems. And they rewrote Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom as a replacement for Kang the Conqueror getting fired.
Wait, hold on a second. Back up a second. Kang
the Conqueror.
Kang, Kang the Conqueror.
Yes.
Okay, so if they wrote, but this was like 2 years ago when they announced that Iron Man is going to be Doomsday.
Yes, because Kang the Conqueror was going. Jonathan Majors. I kept saying Lee Majors to Bradley. No wonder he got corrected me on that one. Yeah, Jonathan Majors is the guy who plays Kang the Conqueror. Because yes, it was 2 years ago. Because they had to change up the whole universe. In the Loki TV series, that's where we first see Kang the Conqueror. And then he is eventually going to be led in. He was supposed to be the next Thanos villain. The big, the big, huge villain that everybody has to come together to defeat.
So is Kang the Conqueror supposed to be stronger than Thanos?
Kang the Conqueror is different from Thanos because the Council of Kang. Now that we're in the multiverse, the Council of Kang makes Kang the Conqueror more dangerous because he learns from all of his other variants. Like the Council of Kang is Kang the Conqueror from all the different multiverses coming together to share information, share knowledge. So it's a good follow-up to Thanos. It would have been a really good follow-up to Thanos.
Welcome to Popcorn and Whiskey Nerd Talk. Here we go. Now you're really nerding out on me now, dude. What the heck?
Hey man, you asked for the questions. You want the information, or you just want me to?
There you go. I just thought that the Iron Man was going to be the bad guy, and I didn't know there was a whole backstory of why.
Yes, yeah, he wasn't supposed to be.
Okay, all right. Wait a second. Now, J-Mac. Okay, let me take a drink and read this comment. J-Mac, I wasn't saying it was canon. I was saying the MCU was setting that up from the beginning.
No, I don't. That's not what it was.
Hold it. This is a discussion you guys had last night, was it? You said?
Yeah, last night or the night before, maybe.
Was this on another show, a live show?
No, we were having a conversation. We were talking about the next Marvel movies that we were covering for our series that we're doing on the MCU. That you've been doing.
Yeah.
We were just talking about movies, and then we got on to Doomsday.
Okay. All right. So it wasn't live on air or anything.
No.
Okay.
I have these conversations whether I'm on the air or not.
That's fine. That's fine.
I try to make sure they happen on the air so I can try and make money from them.
Of course. I don't know the last time I went to see the movies in a theater, and I probably won't.
I might go see Doomsday. I might do that.
I probably will, just for the fact that it's on my local theater is, only $6, so I'll go see it. And then the popcorn is great. At least it was. And I haven't been there for 2 years, so I don't know if it's changed or not. But I don't plan on seeing it, and the reason being is since I have Netflix and a couple other places that I subscribe to, I feel guilty, and it's not the $6 that's going to break me, because if I can't afford $6, I shouldn't be, having Netflix to begin with.
Yeah.
But I'd feel guilty. I'm like, I'm paying for Netflix. Why do I want to drive this way for $6 when I can just wait a couple of months and it'll come out when I need to? So
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that. I still like the movie theater experience personally.
yeah,
I also believe that eventually going to the movies will be a thing that doesn't happen anymore
you're right. It's going away drastically in a major way.
There's still the right movies still have the appeal and will still draw out people. But again, it's not so much the next generation or the newer generation still. It's still more of our generation, Andrew, that are getting out and going back to the movies. So eventually it will still die out. I just went to go see Turtles 2 in March, the re-release from 1992. Last year I went out and saw the 1990 re-release from the original Teenage Mutant.
You went to the theaters to watch it?
Yeah. It was the third time I'd ever seen the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was the third time I'd ever seen it in the theater, and it now holds the record for the most times I've ever seen the same movie in a movie theater. I saw it twice when I was a kid and last year.
Okay. Was it better or
the first movie?
Okay, wait. Let me ask it the right way. Was it as good as you thought it would be?
The first movie? Absolutely.
The third time.
Yeah, the first movie, because last year I went to see the original 1990, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes, that was amazing. I loved it. I was so happy that I got to see it in the theaters. At the age that I am, like I was so happy to have that experience again.
Why? What was so? And I'm not saying that in a negative or condescending way. I'm saying that what made it so.
It reminded me. Well, it reminded me of just seeing it as a kid. It just gave me that kind of excited feeling of when it came out when I was a kid. And I still think, I don't care what anybody says, the 1990 live action Turtles is one of the best movies of all time. It has everything a good movie requires to be a great movie. And it is one of my favorites. I would tie it, or I know I would still put it number one. I would make the first Avatar movie. I'd probably put that number two because I really like the first Avatar movie. But the live action Turtles movie from 1990, dude, it has everything it's supposed to have. Everything a good movie is supposed to have, it has.
I don't know if I'd put it in the best movie.
Have you ever seen it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters back in 1990. I saw it in theaters. I loved it.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen it since, but I remember I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, I've seen it hundreds of times.
Well, only 3 times at the movies.
Yes. 3 times at the movies and hundreds of times on old school VHS. Several hundred times on DVD and several hundred times on whatever streaming service I can find it on.
Okay, J-Mac. Okay, J-Mac, dude. Okay. WTF is wrong with you? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is all the movie? Is all-time movie? Crack kills, my friend.
It's all right. I'll defend it, dude. And it doesn't have to be everybody else's, favorite movie or whatever. But I have a whole, I can run down the bullet points if you'd like.
I think it's yours and most third graders' best movie of all time.
I'm sure I can find some other people to pick it as their favorite movie also.
Oh no. No, you can't.
Oh yes, I can. Don't make me have your page start trolled by Turtle fans. They'll come out of the woodwork.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying that
it has
the best movie.
It has everything. It has everything a good movie is supposed to have. It has a good story. It has mystery surrounding the main characters that you have to figure out. It's got your damsel in distress with April. It has...
she's a porn star.
The original April? What's her...
April O'Neil? There's a porn star named April O'Neil.
No, I can't say that I knew that, actually.
I can say I knew that, yeah.
But, it's got the damsel in distress. It's got... the mystery around the villains. We don't really understand exactly all of that. It
That's
also, and
Shredder.
this is key. This is why I think it's one of the best movies of all time, because the heroes get their asses kicked at the end of that movie. The turtles they lose the fight to Shredder. Spoiler alert, everybody. They lose that fight.
Damn. Don't tell me this end. Oh, man.
Splinter is the one who wins that fight. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lose the fight with Shredder. The heroes never lose in the movies anymore. Name the last time, with the exception of maybe when Thanos snapped out half the Avengers, and name a time where the villain beats the heroes' asses.
Rocky
1.
Rocky 1.
Okay, well, so we're going back 40 years.
And Rocky 1 won the Academy Award, by the way.
Oh, the Turtles are never going to win an award.
Exactly.
But that's because of this. That's because of nonsense. That's because of political nonsense, not because doesn't deserve it. There's lots of movies that deserve awards that are not recognized by the Academy.
Okay, Matt. The Green Mile is the best movie of the 90s.
I don't know about that.
I have to disagree with you on that one, Matt. And J Mac. I don't know if I want to read this or not. I haven't read it yet. The same toxic substance that caused the turtles is the same chemical that made Daredevil.
There is a fan theory about that. Yeah, there is. There's a fan theory. I didn't know about that, J Mac. There's a fan theory about that. Yeah.
J Mac, Rocky is one of the best of all times. Yes, I agree with that. Rocky is one of the best of all times. I would say, speaking of Rocky movies, now that we're on the topic of movies, Rocky 1, the original, and the last one, Rocky 6. I thought Rocky 6 was actually better than Rocky 1. Although there's a few parts of Rocky 6 which it didn't make any sense, but they needed to be politically correct, or was why they put it in there. But
I haven't really been a fan of the Rocky movie. I'd say 4 was the last one I was a fan of.
4 was that the Russian one? Yeah, when he was in Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Rocky 6 is. Oh yeah.
No, yeah, I wasn't really. I'm not really a super fan of the Creed series, of the Creed franchise.
Creed's okay. The last one wasn't that good. It was it started out good.
Not that I don't think Michael B. Jordan, the actor who played Apollo Creed's son in that franchise, was good.
I agree. Speaking of that, and now we're gonna go full circle back to the superhero movies. Michael B. Jordan played the bad guy in the Black Panther movie, right?
No, Michael B. Jordan played his brother or his cousin in the Black Panther movies. He played Killmonger.
Well, who's the bad guy? Right.
Yes, he was the bad guy. I'm sorry, I might have misheard what you were asking. Then yes, he was the bad guy, Killmonger. Yes,
right.
Michael B. Jordan. Yep.
And I actually went to the movies 2 weeks in a row to watch Black Panther because I liked it so much. And I've watched on TV several times since, and I do like the movie, but it's going less and less in my favorite MCU movie, down in the pegs, because of all the racial overtones or undertones in that movie. And really? The more I watch that, the more I'm thinking, I can't give it the love I was given at the beginning because of all the racial undertones. It's given out there. I just don't agree with that at all. And it's because Michael B. Jordan character was causing all that, and I just gotta. It's going less and less in in the top, because it was up there in the number 1 or number 2, number 2, number 3 times, but it's dropping.
I think people trying to get some political nonsense out of that movie, or trying to complain about some kind of political correctness or whatever, is shenanigans. And I think if you're going to put political correctness in movies, you're about to see the quality of movies deteriorate rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to pay attention to that so much. I like Black Panther because I think Chadwick Boseman killed the role of T'Challa.
You did what?
I think Chadwick Boseman killed the role of T'Challa, of Black Panther. I think he owns that role. I think he did so good at it.
Oh, absolutely, he did.
Yeah, that's why I like the Black Panther movies. I think Chadwick Boseman, or at least the first one, the second one, I understand why they had to do what they had to do. I get that, but it was it missed Chadwick Boseman. The second Black Panther movie, it missed it. But I think that's why the first one was so good. I think Chadwick Boseman did so great.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Well, I know I did. Chadwick Boseman. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. I was busy doing something else here too.
I understand.
Yeah. No. I thought he. That's why I went to see it the second time.
Yeah,
Because I thought he did fantastic in it. He's
Mhm.
such a classy character.
Yeah.
An individual. I guess he's in real life. He's a classy individual, but his character was nothing but class. But
Yeah.
like I said, going back to the bad guy, to Michael B. Jordan, the racial undertones, I just couldn't stand it. After watching this more and more, just couldn't stand it.
Yeah, I can understand that though. I can understand that. Michael B. Jordan's good though, man. I mean, say what you want.
He is.
Michael B. Jordan is good, man. Yeah, he can make you hate him, and he can make you cheer for him, depending on what role he has.
Outside of the Creed movies and that one, what else has he been in?
I know him from a TV series called Friday Night Lights.
Didn't see it.
Which is a great series, by the way, if you like football. It's about high school football, but it's a great series. It's written by Pete Berg, or created by Pete Berg. And it's a really great series. I can't remember the main guy who plays on it, but there's a bunch of people who you recognize from other things probably who got their start on Friday Night Lights.
Hmm. Now, is Michael B. Jordan his real name?
Yeah, he actually. I don't. I think when he went to Hollywood, he called himself like it's Michael B. Jordan, because I guess initially he was getting confused as Michael Jordan.
Okay. All right, I got a surprise for you, JD, but I don't know how to do this, so I'm trying to figure this out. So hold on a second, there, caller.
What is it, J-Mac?
I'm not telling you what it is. I'm trying to figure out how to get him on screen here. How do I get 3 people on screen?
There should be a thing at the bottom. There should be something. One of your presets should have a 3-screen box.
Okay, let me get to the presets. All right, I got to take one of my presets out and put another one in. Hold on.
He's trying to message me some. He did some AI search and it gave him the company line of Disney as to why they changed up from Jonathan Majors, and I'm supposed to accept that as fact.
Okay, wait a second here. So if I do that.
Although now you're likely to lose more people on your show, man. How many viewers you got? They're about to leave if we start talking too much Marvel, maybe. No, there he is. I knew it was going to be good.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to be the main star of the show because this is my show. So, and I don't have 3. I don't have the 3. What's it called? A template for the 3 universal ones. So there you go. J-Mac, welcome to Popcorn Whiskey. This is your virgin voyage, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome, J-Mac.
Thank you for having me. It's always an honor when I get to do a show with you fine gentlemen.
Well, welcome to Popcorn, Whiskey, and Weed, my friend.
That's right. That's right. So I got to tell you, JD, he sent me a message. He says, "Where's my invite so I can straighten out JD?"
I figured it was when he sent me that nonsense AI post. I was like,
look. I don't even want to hear about nonsense. I don't even want to hear about nonsense. You cannot discredit anything I sent you after you said that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Sure, I can.
That disqualifies you from any serious talk of anything.
No, says the HBK fan.
Hey, no wrestling. No wrestling.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about Rocky tonight.
No wrestling. I don't even know if he likes it.
Now,
J-Mac, have you seen all the Rockies?
Of course. I've been watching.
Did you like Rocky 6?
Now that's just Rocky Balboa, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I did, but I didn't.
Okay. And what didn't you like about it?
I didn't like the fact that, I'll be honest with you, I thought that Rocky 5, and I know a lot of people are not a fan of Rocky 5. I'm not a huge fan of Rocky 5, but I thought that Rocky 5 was a good way to just end it.
Oh, it was a horror. No,
I mean, I was okay with the fact that he can't box anymore. You know, like I said, I'm not going to rank it up there, you know, in the top 5, haha, even though this is 5th one. But you know, I don't think that it was like if they would have replaced Rocky 5 with Rocky Balboa,
Yeah.
I could have
yeah.
done that even better.
See,
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah.
I
agree
just
that
don't
with
think
J-Mac,
after
yeah.
5 there was a point in doing any more Rockies.
That's
Well-
why I don't like. That's why I don't like number 6. Also, for the exact reason J-Mac just said.
Okay. And here's the reason. And I heard Sylvester Stallone on an interview when it came out. The reason they did Rocky 6 is because Rocky 5's ending, or the whole movie basically, the fans did not like it. They did not like how it ended. It almost felt like it was there was an unsatisfactory ending
agree.
to everything.
I completely agree with number 5. I don't think number 5 was a very good movie either, but I think
No.
number 6 makes less sense because of number 5.
Oh no, number 6 makes perfect sense, and I would rank that. As I said, after I watched it at the theaters, I came out and I said this rivals the original Rocky. This one should win the Academy Award.
I will say that the boxing match between him and what's the character's name? The Mason Dixon.
Mason Dixon, yeah.
Mason the Lion Dixon. That's the only reason I remember that name is because I live in Pennsylvania. But I think that fight, you could make an argument, a very strong argument, to being one of the best boxing matches or cinematic boxing matches out of the Rocky movies. That I would definitely say. I think they did a great job with the in-ring stuff in Rocky Balboa.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, we lost all our viewers. It's just us 3.
Oh man, I apologize.
No, it wasn't you. I think it was part of the subject. No. J-Mac, I'm notorious for not having a whole lot of viewers for whatever reason. It's you know, and JD and I have come on here several times. It's just me and him. So
I tell people, I just got through telling somebody on a post on Facebook. I said, I may not have a lot of viewers, but the viewers I have, they're honest.
Yeah,
they're honest viewers. So I mean, even if it's 5, hey, I appreciate those 5.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Usually I'll have a core of 3 or 4 hardcore come on there. Sometimes they'll get up to 10, 15 at one point. And I think it's because of Twitch people come on and do it and just do a looky-loo, because that's what I do when I'm on Twitch. Sometimes I just go looky-loo for a little bit, and if it doesn't capture my attention right away, I leave. And I think that's what a lot of Twitch viewers do.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the beast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, there's always the rewatch.
Let me ask you, Andrew, since you were talking about Rocky. So, what is your favorite Rocky movie?
Rocky Balboa.
Oh, really? The 6th one is your favorite?
I absolutely love the 6th one.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
The only thing I didn't like about it is when he brought people in to help train him that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
The callback to the girl from Rocky 1, when she called him a creepo, and he basically gave her a spoiler alert, when he gave her a job at his restaurant.
Yeah.
And then her son, who was half black, half white, and he gave him a job. I'm like, okay, now we're getting to the politically correctness thing. And I'm not against that at all, but there was no reason to have that in there whatsoever. The way they had it in there, there was no reason for it.
Yeah,
it did not need to be there. What?
They did it to just do it so that they could show, look what we did.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was zero reason for that to be there. Zero. Unfortunately,
I 100% agree. See, I'm a big, and my youngest daughter, I won't even lie, when she came home from the hospital, and I mean, I don't know that this is true. I mean, she was a newborn baby, but I tell people all the time, her first 2 movies were Rocky 2 and half of Rocky 1. And she laid there. She didn't cry. She didn't want a bottle. She didn't do anything.
Wow.
She laid there beside me and watched both all that. And I was like, hey, she's a Rocky baby. So, you know, I knew I'd done right by her already.
How old was she when this happened? I mean, how old is she now? When was she born?
She's 9 years old. She was born.
And you had her watching Rocky 9 years ago?
Well, yeah, hey, I've had.
No, I'm not disregarding it. I think, well, most people 9 years ago weren't even thinking about Rocky.
Oh, trust me, I'm Rocky fan from back in the day. I
Okay.
was, I'm old school Rocky. My two sons, my oldest two sons, my oldest, they're twins. He's 2 minutes older. He went out and bought the complete Rocky collection
Okay.
because I started them young, man. We was watching Goodfellas and stuff. We had movie nights,
Okay.
and they had to sit through movies that I watched because I was sharing my youth with them.
There you go.
So that's
There you
how
go.
they've got a big time love for stuff. Tombstone, Rocky. They love it all. I've raised them right.
Okay. JD, have you watched all the Rockies?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite, or do you not like the Rocky franchise?
No, I like the Rocky franchise, and I like there's a lot of parts in Rocky 6 that I do like. Like J Mac said, if there was no Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa was Rocky 5, I think that's a great ending for it. It just didn't make sense to me after the ending of Rocky 5. But Rocky Balboa was a great movie. But in terms of my favorite, honestly, I'd probably have to go with. The first one's always classic, and having the movie end in a tie. Spoiler alert, everybody! Having the movie end in a tie was something that was not done in the movies either. You know what I mean? The winner, the main guy always wins at the end. Movies don't end in ties. So something very unique that they did, which I kind of liked. So the first one definitely is classic, but I'd probably go with Rocky 3 or 4. Actually, I mean Rocky 3 mainly because I like the story of it. I like how he lost his manager, lost the fight, and had to work his way back up. I kind of like the redemption arc there. And then number 4, Dolph Lundgren just getting completely pummeled by Dolph Lundgren and, having to make a comeback while in Russia. I don't know. That appealed to me a little bit too.
Okay. Did you know, you being from the Philadelphia area, did you know that when he was filming the scenes with him running through the streets of Philadelphia and the markets and everything else, you know how they had to do that? Did you ever see the story behind that?
I can't say that I did.
They didn't have a license, or they didn't have a union crew. And in Philadelphia at that time, I don't know if it still is or not, at that time was a huge union city. You couldn't do anything without being part of a union.
Yeah.
So they would drive around in a van, and when they saw a lot of non-existent cars, basically by themselves, he would jump out and run a few hundred yards, and they would film it. And he'd jump back in the van and go to another area, and jump out again and film it while there wasn't any union people around, so they wouldn't get beat up, basically.
Yeah.
And they pieced it all together to make it seem like he was running through all these different neighborhoods.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He said that in an interview when I was watching it. And at that time, they developed a new camera system. So when they were filming him running and there was in front of him, the camera wouldn't bounce up and down. They had to make something to make it stabilized, so that it would be one continuous shot where it wasn't jumping all around. So they had to develop something for that. It's pretty, I mean, for a camera buff, and somebody who likes the technology behind the scenes stuff like myself, that was pretty fascinating when they was talking about that. But they developed that. That's what they had to do for the movie.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
They say that Rocky is like one of the ultimate underdog stories and stuff like that. I challenge that. I don't even think it's a sports movie.
Well, I'd have to say
Dodgeball. That's interesting.
Dodgeball is the true underdog story.
I was going to say Dodgeball right there.
But no.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
But not... I don't think it's the greatest underdog story, and I don't think you can classify it as a sports movie, but I don't.
What do you classify it as?
Rocky is the greatest love story.
Oh, geez.
No. Hold on. And I defend that on one ground. Unless Adrian was 100% behind him, he didn't either want to do it or he had no motivation to do it.
You're absolutely right.
If it didn't involve Adrian, he wanted nothing to do with it.
See, but that didn't come out until 2, 3, and 4, and 5, basically. Not so much in 1.
No, not so much in 1, but she started to be his driving force. She started to be what got him over the hump. And just like at the end of 1, he didn't care about winning. He just wanted to go the distance.
Yep.
That's why my favorite line in any Rocky movie is, "Ain't gonna be no rematch. Don't want one." That's my favorite line, because that just summed it up. It wasn't about rematches, wasn't about titles. It was about, I want to prove to myself. It ain't nothing to do with any of these people. I want to prove to me and to that woman at home that I'm not just a loser bum that works for the mob.
And also, behind the scenes. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, the documentary about Sylvester Stallone in the Rocky and the Rambo movies is great. If you can find it, it's about 2 years old. I saw it out there. It's basically Rambo, Sylvester Stallone talking about the two characters. It's great. But I forgot where I was going with that. Something about, where was I going with that, guys? What were we talking about? Adrian
and the love story and stuff.
Oh yeah, no. Sylvester Stallone, he wrote the script, and the people who bought the movie company who bought the script did not want him to star in it. They were going to get somebody else, and he says absolutely not. He says, "I'm starring in this, or you're not doing it. Simple as that." And he had a fight with them. Yeah,
there is nobody else who could have played every one of those roles. They were absolutely perfect. Paulie was perfect for what Paulie was, and actually Burt Young, he was a real boxer in real life, and he was a tough SOB.
Burgess Meredith was great.
I love Burgess Meredith, especially as the Penguin. I love him.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was thinking of the wrong one. Okay. Yeah.
And Burgess Meredith is in my top 2 all-time favorite Twilight Zones. There was time now. There was finally time.
I never got into the Twilight Zone.
Oh, I loved it, man. He was this one Twilight Zone he was in was, and if you don't ever watch any other ones, watch this one because he loves to read. He's just a bank teller that loves to read, and he reads everything he can. He goes down to the safe one day to read his paper and eat his lunch. There's a nuclear war. Well, because he's down in the safe and everything, he's protected and everything. Well, he comes out, everything's destroyed. He finds enough food to last him. He finds there's nobody else around, and he finds the old public library with books laying everywhere. So he's okay. He's going to survive. He's got food. He's got books. There's time to read and everything, and I don't have to do anything else. Well, as he's collecting up all his books, he's walking, and he trips and falls, and his glasses fall off his face, and they break. And he can't see anything without his glasses. So there's the twist. He can't read, even in post-apocalyptic world.
Well, thanks for spoiling it for me.
Well, I mean, I didn't figure you was going to take the time to watch it anyway.
Probably not.
Right. So I figured I'd just give it to you. But yeah, that's one.
Put it this way: I would watch the Turtles before I watch that.
Listen, I'm going to leave.
That's a compliment, dude. That's a compliment. I would watch the Turtles before I'd watch that. It's a compliment.
Somehow it doesn't sound like it.
It's a tough crowd tonight. Gee whiz, guys.
I'm just playing.
There's a tough crowd tonight, guys.
That's another podcast for you guys. Favorite movies of all times from the different decades, the 80s, 90s, 2000s, so on and so forth. Yeah, favorite movies.
Yeah, I want to get into doing like a show like that where people come on and talk about like their favorite movie of all time or something like that. Just
okay, top of your head,
do it.
Off the wall movies that you like that most people that probably don't know about.
Memento.
Top Secret.
Memento.
What? I've never heard of either one of those two.
Top Secret was Val Kilmer's very first movie. It's a spoof movie, just like The Naked Gun. It's absolutely great. He plays Nick Rivers, an Elvis-like character that goes over to Germany to put on a rock concert so they can do their big secret plan. It's hilarious. Check it out.
Okay, you guys ever see Valley Girl?
Yes. Well, it's been years.
Valley Girl Nicolas Cage. First time he was booked as Nicolas Cage. There you go. Yeah.
Instead of Nicholas Capella or Coppola.
Coppola.
Yeah.
Nicholas Coppola. Yeah. And before that, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I think he was billed as Nicholas Coppola on that one. Yeah.
Sure
Because he had a
was.
real small part in that. Yep.
Yep. Him and he was friends with Eric Stoltz and Sean Penn.
Eric Stoltz was the original Marty McFly too.
Yep.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Yep.
Look at us nerding out tonight.
I
Look
know.
at us.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they filmed almost the entire movie with Eric Stoltz and was like, "This is."
I
just
thought
not
it was.
working.
I thought it was like the first 20, 30 minutes of it with Eric Stoltz. But
Yeah, they got a bunch of it because he was in the they've got pictures of him doing the scene where he first sees his dad and he kind of leans out from the side while his dad's eating the cereal.
yeah,
And he's like, "Do I know you?" or whatever.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt Nolan says the red thin line in Trees Lounge. I never heard of either one of those two.
Nope.
I guess we do have a listener
you
or
go.
watcher.
Yeah. Sometimes the thing with StreamYard is not always accurate.
Okay, falling down.
Why do
I've
I
heard
know
of that movie,
that?
but I can't quite
I
place that.
think that's the one. If I'm with Denzel and the guy who played Roseanne's husband in Roseanne. What's his name?
John Goodman.
No, that's
John
Fallen. But that is a
Okay.
really good
but
movie
that is
too.
yes, absolutely. Fallen is a great movie. Yeah.
That one that
Oh,
disturbs me.
Falling Down is a movie with Michael Douglas, and he goes on a violent rampage. That's what it is. I knew I'd seen that. It is a pretty good movie.
I don't know if I saw that one or not. Okay.
Yeah. You guys should definitely check out Memento, though. That's a really good movie too. It's
Memento. Who's in that one?
It's Guy. What is it? Guy Pierce.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Pierce, Carrie Ann Moss, and some of the other people you probably won't recognize their names, but Guy Pierce and Carrie Ann Moss. But it's a unique movie because it's filmed in a reverse chronology narrative. It's about a guy who has no memory. He can't retain any memories. So the whole movie is shot backwards so that you are literally in the position of the main character where you don't know what happened before the events that you're watching.
Isn't that the one where he gets the tattoos or something to remind him?
Yeah, he gets tattoos all over his
watching
body
that
of
the other
things
day.
that he remembers. He get the things that he needs to remember, he gets tattooed on himself. Every day he wakes up or he can't remember anything beyond as soon as he loses a train of thought, then that's it. It's gone. The memory's gone.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
And it's good because of the way it's filmed. It's filmed with the final scene of the you're watching it backwards. You don't realize it until the end of the movie. At least I didn't when I was watching it. I spent the whole movie trying to figure out what I was watching, and because I was so interested, I'm like, man, what is going on? I don't understand. And it wasn't until the last scene of the movie, which is actually the first scene of the movie. It's filmed backwards, so you get the final scene of the movie first, and the first scene of the movie last.
It reminds me of, and you guys might laugh at this one, but it reminds me of Pulp Fiction.
I could
because Pulp Fiction wasn't filmed in order either.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I like Pulp Fiction too. It's a good movie. Yeah. So but that's why I liked Memento. It always sticks in my mind because of the unique shooting style that they do and the way they put you in a position of not being able to know anything.
Here's another one, and you guys might know this one: Chasing Amy.
No, I don't think I know that one.
I've heard of that one. I've never watched it.
What's his name that made Clerks and Mallrats? And what's his name that made that?
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he made Chasing Amy. Of all the movies, I thought Clerks 1 was great. I didn't care for Clerks 2. But Chasing Amy, awesome. Fantastic. I can't speak of it highly enough. Chasing Amy is great.
Can't say that I heard of that one.
That's when Jay and Silent Bob, or whichever, Silent Bob, it's when he speaks for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And he has a great speech in it. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Chasing Amy is great.
Oh, it's a rom-com. That's probably why I don't know it.
Well, you can call it a rom-com, but it's that director. What's his name? What'd you say his name was? Jeff Smith? No.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. It's Kevin Smith. It's a Kevin Smith type movie where the dialogue is key to everything. If you have to follow the dialogue, but it's Matt Damon, not Matt Damon. Who's the other guy? Matt Damon's friend.
Ben
What's his name?
Affleck.
Batman. Yeah, he was in it. I don't know if that was his first role or not, but it was probably not because he had other ones. But Chase Namey's great.
I guess Dogma is supposedly a sequel to that.
Dogma is sequel to Chasing Amy.
That's what I'm getting. Seems a little bit weird, but then it also says Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is a sequel to Dogma. So I'm not sure if I'm getting the right information here.
Okay. I mean, I didn't see Dogma, but I didn't know there was a sequel to Chasing Amy though. But yeah, Chasing Amy is. You have to stick with it for the dialogue. I mean, if you're one of these people that looks at your phone, looks at your iPad, whatever, watching movies, you won't get it at all.
I don't do
you
that.
You have to follow the dialogue.
I don't see how people do. Yeah, how do you watching something if you're on your phone? You're not watching it.
No.
And then you're asking me questions about why you don't understand something later on.
That's why I don't like to do the watch-alongs with football and wrestling, because how can you pay attention? You can't.
You can try, but it's hard.
With wrestling,
it's
I
hard
get it.
to do.
And that's why, I don't know that we're going to be doing too many more wrestling watch-alongs, because I think you're right. I think being in the show is part of the wrestling experience. So I don't know that it works so well with wrestling. This football season, we're still going to be doing watch-alongs. But just like I did last year, what I advise people is that if you're watching it, I don't know how well it'll work, but if you can't watch it, tune in and listen into the podcast.
That I agree with.
The radio broadcast.
So, hey, speaking of wrestling, I know we weren't going to talk about it. Are you watching? Is it AEW tomorrow night? The pay-per-view is not tomorrow night.
I thought when I looked at the next AEW pay-per-view, I thought it was a couple of weeks away.
I thought it was tomorrow night.
I'm not 100% sure.
Oh well. Let's see. Matt keeps throwing up different movies here. Let's see.
May 24th is what it's telling me. Double or Nothing 2026 is May 24th.
I could have swore I saw something today that said May 3rd, something, but I could be wrong.
Let me check that out.
The Thin Red Line, Falling Down, I Am Sam, The Fisher King. The Fisher King. Is that the guy about the kid who plays chess, The Fisher King?
I'm not familiar with that one.
No. Fisher King is Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams, where one of them's a hobo. I can't remember which one it is. I want to say it's Robin Williams. Great movie. I haven't seen it in years, but it is a great movie.
Wow. When you saw Jeff Bridges, there's only one role that I think he was excellent in. No. I think you're gonna chastise me for this one. True Grit, Rooster Cogburn.
Oh, see, I can't do it. But it's not that I think his was bad. It's just that I'm a stickler, and I'm not a huge John Wayne fan. I'm not a real big fan of a lot of those older Western movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got the nostalgia because I grew up around them. My mom's a huge John Wayne fan, so I guess it's just like, to me, there's nobody else that can play Rooster Cogburn except for John Wayne. Kind of the same way nobody else could play Rocky but Stallone.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've never saw the original True Grit, and I went and saw True Grit, the remake, at the theaters, and I walked out of the theaters. I'm like, holy crap! This was one of the best movies I've ever saw in my life, and why it didn't win the Academy Award is still beyond me. But I said, I got to go back and see the original. I've never seen it yet. I got to watch John Wayne because he won the Academy Award for Rooster Cogburn. Mm-hmm. He's got to be great. And it was, but I didn't think it was nearly and in the same realm as good as the remake.
I think just movie making itself got better over time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because back then it was just kind of cookie cutter with those cowboy movies.
Well, the endings of the two were completely different. I don't know if you remember that. They're completely different.
Yep. Rooster Cogburn.
I watched the ending to the remake of True Grit the other day, and I cry. I got tears running down my face when the very final scene where she's walking away from the cemetery and that song's playing. I'm just in tears. I got to turn the channel because I'll be in tears watching that. Yeah.
See, my favorite John Wayne movie, as far as that goes, from what I've seen, is not one of his more famous movies or liked movies. Is The Shootist, which was his last movie he was ever in, and it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's the only movie he ever died in too.
Oh,
But it's
really?
it's got Ron Howard in it. It's I want to say around 77 or something like that. Really good
Okay.
movie. It's one of my favorites.
To me, the Sons of Katie Elder.
Great movie.
I don't know
The
that one.
first half was great. The second half was like it's a completely different movie.
Yeah.
I did not. I was like, what? The first time I watched it, I'm like it's not the same movie. It's two different movies here. It kind of like dropped off. It's almost like they ran out of, okay, well, I don't know what we're gonna do, so let's just make a completely different movie. I was so disappointed.
Well, it's like what's the one where he played Genghis Khan, and come to find out everybody was getting radiated because they were shooting in the same day. Yeah,
I didn't
like
see that one.
okay, so like I think it's called The Conqueror. John Wayne plays Genghis Khan. Yes, a white dude plays an Asian guy, but because that's the way we did things back in the 60s and the 50s and stuff, But forget hiring actual Asian people to play these roles or something, But the area in the desert out west that they filmed was downwind and downrange from all the nuclear testing places, and they didn't know it, but the sand and everything that they were filming in was completely irradiated, and like several people ended up dying of cancer that was on that movie set, including John Wayne, because he got the stomach cancer and stuff and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
know that. Okay, favorite Western. What's your favorite Western?
JD, I'll let you go first because I've been talking for a minute.
My favorite Western, I'm gonna have to say Tombstone. I'm gonna have to say Tombstone.
Okay, J-Mac.
I'm torn because I have three favorite Westerns.
Okay.
And they're all, neither one of them is above the other.
Okay.
Tombstone would be one of them, just because I'm a huge Val Kilmer fan. I got to meet him, great guy. I've heard he's, everybody hears the stories about him. He was good to me. The Outlaw Josie Wales is one of my favorites, and it's got one of my favorite lines when he spits on that dude's forehead and looks down and says, "Buzzards got to eat same as the worms."
Absolutely.
I was like, that is the coldest line I have ever heard in any movie.
Yep.
But that, and the third, like I said, in no particular order, is Lonesome Dove.
Oh,
interesting.
I love Lonesome Dove. I'm not even joking. In the past three years, I've watched Lonesome Dove at least 20 times.
no,
I love.
wasn't that a series?
It was a mini series. Yeah, it was a mini series back in the late 80s. But
wasn't Bret Hart in that one? Isn't it the one he was in?
No. He was in. I want to say he was in like the series or something like.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. He was in a Western of some sort.
I know Lonesome Dove. No, but I got to say.
I was just going to say the original Lonesome Dove that had Tommy Lee Jones and Robert Duvall, and I love them in that movie. Their chemistry in that movie, on top of all kinds of other great actors and actresses that was in that, but their chemistry together, I wish they could have got them back for a second, but you can't do that when characters die.
There's another Robert Duvall movie. It was a real long one. What was it called? A Western movie, a real long one. Like a 3-hour long movie.
Are you talking about the one with Kevin Costner, Open Range?
Yeah, Open Range. Yeah, Open Range.
Great movie.
Yeah, I like that one. But my favorite, and you already said it, The Outlaw Josie Wales. Oh,
without
question, my favorite. I also like Big Jake. Love Big Jake with John Wayne. Big Jake. Jacob McCandles, I thought you were dead. Oh, hardly. The next person that tells me that, I'm just going to shoot him.
Right. I love it.
Yeah. No, Outlaw Josie Wales. Oh, yeah, by far. That, and then, I mean, True Grit is right up there with Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah, I like True Grit too.
Yeah. The remake for me, the remake. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the original. I also like the John Wayne movie, Rooster Cogburn's not bad.
I don't know if I ever saw that or not.
And the one with what's that woman's name? Can't think of her name. Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I honestly don't recall.
I believe it was
been
Audrey
quite a
Hepburn.
while since I would have seen that one.
Hey, here's something. Speaking of True Grit, Haley Stanfield was that her name that played in True Grit the remake? Isn't she the same chick who was in the Arrow guy series that he had for Marvel Marvel thing? The Arrow guy, what's his name? Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Wasn't she his daughter in the series?
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that either.
I think it was.
Guess what? I'm going to look it up right now.
All right, you check the AI, J Mac.
Look at me. Look at me. No, this knowledge. Dropping some knowledge on your ass.
Right.
Look at me here.
True Grit 2010. Let's see. Get the cast.
Haley Stanfield, I do believe her name was.
She was Maddie in the movie, correct?
Yeah. She was Maddie.
And you are saying she was in what else?
What was that? The Hawkeye, the series that he had, the miniseries Hawkeye had.
She is in the Marvels. She's in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
That's who he's talking about. Yes, if she was in the Marvels,
it's not saying anything about Hawkeye though.
Well, what was is that the Arrow guy? Is his name Hawkeye?
Yeah. Kate Bishop is the character's name that she would play. I'm sorry. No, it's not Hawkeye's daughter in the Hawkeye series, Andrew. It's a character by the name of Kate Bishop, and she's going to be the next Hawkeye. It's not Hawkeye's daughter in that series. It's a different character.
Because she takes on the role of Hawkeye. She wants to be Hawkeye.
Yes, but it's not Hawkeye's daughter from the movies. It's her character name is Kate Bishop.
I didn't realize that she was the one of the vampires in the new Sinners movie. That was an okay movie. If I'm not mistaken, I think it may have won an Academy Award for something.
The Sinners movie.
Yeah, it just came out. It's got, as a matter of fact, we was talking about him earlier, Michael B. Jordan. So he plays a dual role. He plays twins.
Oh, I saw that.
And it's like back in the 30s or 40s, and they come back together. They're going to open up their own little juke joint, just a little nightclub place for people to play. But like while they're opening it up, they get visited by vampires. And I'll leave it at that since you haven't seen it.
Okay.
Pretty good movie. It's on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have to check it out too. I don't think I've seen it yet.
Yeah, there she is. The Hawkeye. She's Kate Bishop. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Because the miniseries. Yep. She wanted to be the new Hawkeye.
She'll be the new Hawkeye if they decide to continue the Hawkeye character.
Yeah, that was her.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Of course, they could always recast her. It's not like Marvel hasn't recast people before.
Okay, here's one from Matt Nolan says this. Okay, totally off topic. Oh, no, I guess on topic of totally off movies. Did you know that the casino scene with the baseball bats in the cornfield actually happened in Indiana? I'll let you guys interpret that one.
I don't know.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
What movie or range of movies is that referring to is what I'm wondering.
Right.
Matt, dude, you got to clarify yourself a little bit, man, when you talk here. You know, you're thinking our IQ is a lot higher than what it actually is. We got to come down a little bit for us here, will you please?
Actually, I'm thinking maybe it needs to be raised. Maybe it's the opposite problem. Maybe raise the bar a little bit here with your communication and your English. I'm all for communicating with my viewers too and stuff, but if I don't understand what you're saying, then we ain't going to be doing much communicating.
He says the movie Casino.
Yeah, what about it?
Did you know the casino scene with the baseball bats in the cornfield actually happened in Indiana?
So you're talking about a casino? Oh, the casino scene with the. Okay, all right. Now it makes a little more sense.
It does. Okay.
No, I don't know. I did not know that scene was filmed in Indiana. No, I definitely didn't know that. I don't usually make it a habit of knowing what scenes are filmed where.
Casino. I think that's the one where.
That's with Joe Pesci and.
Yeah.
Oh,
Robert De Niro.
Yes. Yes. The one where they beat him down.
Which I'm De Niro. I have a hard time watching his movies outside The Godfather now because of his stupid political aspects. I'm sorry, guys, but I guess I went that way.
I can understand that.
Talking to me.
I don't like
talking to me.
It's always a shame when you see people who you like have to. That's why I mean, if you're in the entertainment, if you're in the wrestling business, really just vote, but maybe just stay out of politics. Even if you agree with me and Andrew, then you've alienated the other half of your fan base.
Yep.
Like there is no upside. So just shut up and make your movie.
Yes, exactly. Well, we won't get into politics. Is another show. We won't get into politics tonight.
No, yeah. I don't want to have to switch my symbol here on my screen.
Well, guys, we can talk movies all night. Obviously, we found another thing that we're all passionate about, different movies. So that's good.
Oh, I can do movies, music. I've been told I have the most trivial, stupid information locked up in my head.
That's
for
funny.
No reason.
Like me and a buddy of mine, we kind of joke like we're each other's millionaire call. You know how you used to get that call when you were when you were on the show for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So we always joke that we each other were each other's $1 million call because of the amount of trivial information that we have.
Here's a show. Oh my God! We could and this is just throwing this together real quick here. How about doing some sort of trivia night?
That works for me.
Where all of us have I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 questions of trivia, and we play against the other two or something like that. You ask a trivia question or something like that. Come up with the most obscure trivia and see who has the most answers by the end of the night. Each one of us, and I'm just spitballing this off the top of my head. Like, for instance, I come up with 20 questions, JD 20 questions, JMac 20 questions, and you ask the other two, and we're playing back and forth and going back and forth with this and see by the end of the night who has the most wins or something like that.
If nothing else, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I'll say that. If nothing else, it sounds like fun. Hey, when you have fun on your shows, man, then usually it makes it easier for the viewer to have fun too.
That's right. We should do that one night. We can all promote it. Say trivia night tonight, something like that.
You host on your show, man. It sounds like a popcorn and whiskey show to me.
Hey, I'll be drinking. I guarantee that.
It's funny you say that too, because
I'm drinking?
well, no, not that. But when I was a little kid, like my mom and like I remember my stepdad and stuff, and like just different variations of my family and stuff, they would get together and do the men versus the women in Trivial Pursuit.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
I was like, 3 to 5 years old, and like that was that. Of course, the grown-ups were doing the Trivial Pursuit thing. The kids were all playing and everything. Well, I just happened to walk into the kitchen at the last minute when the guys had just gotten back to the center square. They collected up all their pie pieces, got back to the centerpiece, and the women picked literature for them to have to answer their final question and win.
Oh, geez.
I walked in, and when I walked in, my mom seen me walking in from the corner of her eye, and legally, I'm one of the guys.
Yeah.
As soon as she seen the question, her shoulders just sank and her head went down. She said, "We just lost, guys." And they was like, "Wow." She said, "Because Jason's in the room and he's going to hear this." And it said, in the lore or in the Hobbit book, what was Gollum's favorite food? And I looked up and I was like, well, I know the answer to that. And my uncle Greg, who was a lawyer at the time, grabs me, takes me to the living room and goes, "Are you sure you know this answer? If you know this answer, I will give you $20. This is the mid 80s. $20 was a lot of money to a kid.
The Hobbit movies weren't out in the mid 80s.
Yes, they were. The Rankin Bass movies, the cartoons.
Oh, okay. The cartoons.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah. I've grown up with the books, the cartoons.
I can say the Lord of the Rings didn't come out until the 90s.
Right.
So the Hobbit was after that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't watch the Peter Jackson Hobbit movies because they're not the Hobbit movies. They're the Hobbit like movies. But that's a whole other story. But no, so he's sitting there. He's like, what's the answer? You got to tell me the answers before we go back in here. What's the answer? And I was like, it's fish. And he's like, you're sure about that? I was like, I'm 100% positive. We walked back in there and my mom's already putting the game up. She said, what's the answer, Jason? I said, fish. She goes, they win, and put the top on the box.
Wow.
My claim to fame. I won Trivial Pursuit for the men in my family.
There you go. Well, gentlemen, I'll tell you what. It's about 11:20 my time. I don't know where you guys are located. I know JD. I know where you are. I don't know where J-Mac. Where are you located?
I'm Central Kentucky.
So you're an
He's
hour
an hour
behind us,
behind
aren't
us.
you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm right with you all. I'm Eastern.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, just
Why
a
do I
little
think-
bit. Just what is it? Maybe 45 minutes to an hour west of me is where the time goes back an hour.
Well, hey, for
Okay.
me, you go 5 miles that way, and you got a different time zone. For me,
Wow.
that's how close I am. So, I'm gonna let you guys go. I am beat. I'm gonna brush my teeth and probably just gonna go to bed. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sounds
But,
good.
Sounds good.
gentlemen, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You guys know you're welcome here anytime. Just give me a shoot me a message. Say, hey, I want to come on your show.
Yeah,
Chances
absolutely.
are I'll say yes. So
Sounds
you
good
know that.
to me, man. Sounds good
So-
to me. And same to you anytime.
You got to change your make it more.
I wish
know-
they would. I have tried writing that thing out 15 million times.
I
and
told you how to do it.
it,
If you
wa-
listen to us.
it won't let
won't-
me do the and symbol.
It
All-
won't. Yeah, it's
no.
not going to let him do the end.
Listen, headlocks dash heels dash havoc.
I tried. It said I had too many dashes. I'm not joking. Like this thing is so stupid
I
and
love
sensitive.
Facebook.
It's not even funny. Like Wrestling Unscripted has to be all together because it's the last name. Headlocks
'cause
is the
he has-
first.
That
yes.
goes to you having the way you have the page set up. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've just got a regular Facebook page. I didn't.
That's
I
why.
didn't,
It's not
I
a-
didn't
it's-
do an
Just take out the
extension.
word and
It's not a
completely.
business. It's not a business. Or even if you set it up as a business page, you have it set up as its own page. The reason my pages are different than your page, JMac, is because mine are actual business pages attached
Right.
to my personal one.
Right.
Just take out the
Yeah.
word and completely. Just headlocks, heels, havoc.
I may have to try.
Yeah.
Andrew says that's bugging the hell out of me.
It is. I'm looking at it now. What the heck, dude?
He said, I like you, but I hate the name of your show. Not
That's
I'm
the
right.
name.
on your
I,
show
I
if you
like the
fix
name. I don't like the spelling of it on your
Yeah.
That's right.
profile.
Learn to spell, damn it.
Either you change it or we can't work together.
That's right. That's right.
You want me on your show, you'll learn how to spell.
Right.
All right, gentlemen. On that note, I'll let you guys go.
All right,
Have
man,
a
I'm
good
outta
one.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, guys. All right, folks. That was my buddies JD and J-Mac from Mayhem Media, the Boiling Point podcast, and Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc. Wrestling Unscripted. There you go. My buddies over there. Give them a shout out, give them a look, give them a watch, all that good stuff. Okay. Thank you for being here. One of my longest shows, thanks to my good friends. And we'll leave it at that. But I appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. Matt, thanks for chiming in. Carrie Ann, thanks for earlier. John, thank you. And I'm sure I'm missing some other folks, but I appreciate you guys being here. I will stop it. You guys have been awesome. My name is Andrew. Popcorn and whiskey. Down there, my new thing down there as well. There you go. And we will come back soon, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Okay? Until next time. Ciao.